Hey, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man. And today, I'm very excited to be talking about the Elac Debut Reference speakers. But first, please subscribe if you have a chance. We're getting more subscribers, and I really appreciate that. But I'd really like to build somewhat of a community here. My main goal is to talk about audio components that give you the most bang for your buck. And if I had to say, 500 to 1,000 is about when I start to get pretty nervous about audio components. That includes speakers, amps, things like that. But let's get back to the review, or the initial impressions, really. So these are the Elac Debut Reference. And I'm going to slide this in front, see if it'll focus on that. This is a 6.5 two-way speaker, and it is, I guess you could call it the top of the line when it comes to the Debut series. Andrew Jones designed this series. The Debuts came out probably about 4, maybe 5 years ago. Great speaker, kind of redefined what a value speaker can give you. And these are the top end of that line. And I will say they definitely feel and look top end. The finish on these is a wood, I'd say vinyl. I don't think this is veneer. A wood vinyl. And I don't really understand why people get excited about veneer. It's not that great. Yes, it's real wood, but it's like 1 millimeter thick or 5 millimeters thick. It still reps MDF. I mean, I don't know why people pay a premium for veneer. Anyway, it's a very handsome speaker. It has a black baffle. I got these in, I don't know, oak or walnut. Actually, they look very similar to the Klipsch RP600Ms that I have in walnut. That leads me into another video I'm going to make, and I'm going to pit the Elac Debut Reference against the Klipsch RP600M. They're both right in the same ballpark of price. This is $600 retail. The Klipsch, I think retail is $625, but the Klipsch go on sale quite often. I believe I got mine for $480 or $490. So what do these sound like? They sound really, really good. And the higher up in price I go when I buy a speaker, the more critical I get of the speaker, because I really want it to still be a good value. And the higher up I go in price, the more skeptical I am that a speaker is going to provide an equal amount of value. So if I spend $300 on a speaker and I spend $600 on a speaker, I expect the $600 speaker to be twice as good. Is that the case? Rarely, no. But as you go up in price, a $300 compared to a $600 speaker, you should definitely be able to hear a difference. And it should bring you, I don't know, more pleasure, more fun out of your music. I rarely get excited about speaker grills. This speaker grill excites me. It's just cool. It's a cool color. It is cool the way it comes on and off. It's a magnet. Very nice. It's very slim. Doesn't cover up the port. Other people have kind of criticized that. I think it looks cool. I really like these speakers a lot. And I've only had them for a little while. That's why this is an initial impression. Sound-wise, they're very good. They have deep, rich, filled out bass, deep, rich, full mid-range, and great top end without being sibilant. And sibilant is S, that type of sound. And it's not peaky at all. Yeah, very well balanced at low volumes, at high volumes. Imaging is fantastic. Clarity is fantastic. I was able to pick out the position of different instruments very easily. There was more clarity into the instruments and into the soundstage that I've seen on other speakers, especially compared to the debut line. However, that is not a fair comparison because there's a big price difference. A really good indication of the speaker is going to be how it compares to the clips. It's good. It's $600 good. It's $600 good. Front port. I just did a review of the Elac Debut B6.2, and I talked a lot about speaker placement in regards to where the port is located out on the speaker. So watch that. I'll tell you this, that the bass response on this is very full and very good, and you don't have to shove it up against the wall. It's just really good. If I had to sum this speaker up very quickly, it gives you all of the soundstage that the Debut B6 gave you, all of the clarity and imaging that the Elac Unify B5 gives you, while being fun, while being dynamic. It's just really good. It's refined, but it's fun at the same time. It's got punch, but not too much punch. It's got amazing clarity while not being bright. The mids, I would not say are forward. I'd say they're balanced. It's very good. I hooked this up to my Anthem Integrated 225, which is no longer available except on the used market, but it was a $2,000 integrated amp in its time. I compared that to an Emotiva TA100, which is also an integrated amp, and it sounded ever so slightly better on higher end equipment. The good news about that is you don't need high-end equipment to get the best out of the speaker, in my opinion. You'll get a little bit more out of it, but not twice as much. The Elac Unify UB5 really scales up with higher-end equipment. This scales too, but what I'm saying is you get a similar experience out of lower-end equipment. Emotiva TA100 is a $400 integrated. Pairs up very well with these, very well. The impedance on this says 4 to 8 ohms. Nominal impedance is 6 ohms. So this isn't going to be as hard to drive as the Unify UB5s, and it's just good. It's really good, and I haven't listened to it for that long, and they haven't played for that long. And if you watch my previous video about the Debut B6s versus the B6.2s, I talk a little bit about burn-in, and if these get better, like with burn-in, it might be a drop the mic speaker for $600. But anyway, please subscribe. Please like the video if you like the video. Please like the video if you don't like the video. I think tomorrow, so the next video is either going to be comparing this to the Klipsch RP600M, or it's going to be comparing the entire Debut line, and probably the Elac UB5. I buy all this stuff myself. I'm a fan of Elac. I think it's a great value for the money. I think it's one of the best values for the money. And I think all of their products are very well thought out, all the Andrew Jones products. And that's the only products that I own are the ones that Andrew Jones designed. So these are great. They're really, really good. They're really good. And are they worth $600? Yes, absolutely, in my opinion. The higher end speaker that I owned was the KEF LS50. These torch the LS50. Maybe in close-up listening that the KEF LS50 is better, but not for me, not for my opinion. And this is all my opinion, right? All my opinion. I listen mostly to rock and roll. Listen to S&M 2 by Metallica and the San Francisco Orchestra, or the Symphony. And dynamics, great. The timpani drums at the beginning, and I played the drums. I played the timpani. It it sounded like I was right there. This speaker puts you there, puts you into the music. Listen to Chris Cornell, Patience. It's a cover of Guns N' Roses, Patience. I actually prefer the Chris Cornell version better. Excellent mids. Excellent mids. Very good soundstage. Extends well beyond the speaker. Extends deeper. I didn't really notice it going way up in the air, but very good soundstage. Very, very good. Really impressed with this speaker out of the box. I really can't say enough about it. So, with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man. I hope you liked this video. I have a whole bunch more IEMs, amps, speakers, and Bluetooth receivers, and little trinkets here and there like that that apply to audio. So, anyway, subscribe. Have a good one. I'm going to talk to you soon.